Well, hello people's internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the books that I wish I didn't read, or books that I really wish I had DNF'd because I think I just wasted time reading them. I regret reading them. I just wish I had have stopped reading them when I was reading them. I am not doing any mean things. If you enjoyed these books, that's fair enough. You're allowed to have your own opinion of a book. I can dislike a book that you like. It's not like I'm being mean about them. It's just a book I didn't enjoy. I did end up finishing them, so I did read the full thing. I just wish I didn't because I wasted time reading it when I didn't end up really liking it at the end. So the first book that I'm going to be talking about is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Now, this is going to be an unpopular opinion because this book and this author are quite hyped on BookTube. I know her other series, which is like the Six of Crows duology, is supposed to be a lot better than this series or trilogy, but I really didn't like this book. I did end up finishing it. I think I gave it a 3 stars, but I would lower it now. But I didn't like this book because for me, it's like, it's set in like a Russian kind of setting. And also, I don't mind that it's set in like Russia. It's just the fact that they used keywords or words for like items of clothing or stuff that goes along with the society. And in my book anyways, I don't know if it's in the other books, it didn't have like a glossary or anything to let me know what that actually meant. So like there was random words and I had to go on like Google and then search it and figure out what the hell they were talking about. Now it could just be my edition of the book, it might have them in other books, but for mine it didn't. And that really annoyed me when I was reading it. I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but that's just what I think about this book. I know many people love this series and that's perfectly fine. You're allowed to love it. I'm not saying anything about that. For me personally, I just didn't like this book as much as I really wanted to. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to talk to you guys about is probably one that everyone is going to get really annoyed about, but that is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. I have a very strong dislike towards this book. Now, I don't know, I want to be nice when I'm saying this because I don't want to offend anyone because I know a lot of people love this trilogy and this author. I don't know what to say other than I just didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like the insta-love kind of aspect to it. I just didn't like the way it was done. I think the elements and the way they did the writing style was very unique. I will give it that. I liked how she scribbles stuff out. And like it's what she's thinking and then she just scribbles it out. I like that aspect of the book, but for me, I didn't connect to any of the characters. I didn't like the romance and how it was done. I don't know. I liked the pacing. That's one thing I liked. I don't know. I could not get into this book. I could not enjoy it. I did finish it and I was just so glad I did finish it because I was just like, at least now I have a proper opinion on it. And that is that I just don't like it. So I am so sorry. I know Witty Novels, if she ever watched this and saw me talk about how much I don't like this book, she would kill me. But I just don't like it. If you like it, that's great. And I'm happy that you enjoy it. But for me, I just do not like this book. And I will not read the rest of the series. I'm not that connected with the characters or anything to actually care about what else happens. So yeah. I'm sorry that I don't like this book if you love it, but it's just my opinion, I'm sorry. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to talk to you guys about is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I feel like all the books I'm showing are books that are really popular and I just don't like them. So this is like more an unpopular opinions tag, but anyways, I really struggled to read this book. I enjoyed it for like the first 50 pages and then something happens and I was just so annoyed that happened and it just irritated me so much. And then the rest of the book, it was just so confusing. I just found it really hard to follow and I just couldn't get into it and enjoy it. I don't really know what else to say. It was just so confusing and hard for me to like understand and get into the book. I was also just so annoyed with what happened in the beginning that it just kept playing at the back of my mind while I kept reading the book. And yeah, I know this is also such a popular book and popular trilogy, but I just didn't like this book. I really didn't. I think I've given this like a 2 stars, but it's really like a 1 or maybe a 0. I don't know. I just really didn't like this book. I liked the first 50 pages, but after that, I didn't like it anymore. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get so much hate because people love all these books I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. The next book that I'm gonna talk about is You Know Me Well by Neil LaCour and David Levithan. Now this book, I didn't totally hate it, but I do wish I just didn't continue reading it because it just didn't live up. It didn't get any better for me. Like, it just stayed at this level the whole way through. And I give this like a 3, I think, but it's more like a 2.5. This book follows like 2 main characters that are gay. One's lesbian, one's gay, and they meet at like gay pride in San Francisco. And then they become like immediate best friends. And I don't like that. Like, you don't become best friends with someone straight away. It takes a while for you to become best friends. That doesn't happen. That's so unrealistic. And because I am gay myself, and they had like, these authors are both like own voices as well. And they had like a gay stereotype in this that really bugged me. And like, for own voices authors to include that, it just kind of annoyed me. And yeah, I just kind of wish I DNF'd this book just because it didn't pick up at any stage for me, really. It is disappointing for me because I love David Levithan. This is his first book that I read by him that I just haven't loved. And it's a shame because I really do like him and I will continue to read his work. It hasn't affected that, but this book, I just wish I did DNF. Okay, so the next book that I'm going to talk to you guys about is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Now, this is one I definitely wish I DNF'd just because I'm not into classics. That's pretty much the only reason. I've seen the movie for Pride and Prejudice and absolutely loved the movie. I just don't like classic books because I find them really hard to read or really hard to get into. I did read this for college, and so I kind of wish I did DNF it because I wasn't enjoying it. Loved the movie, but just I can't get into classics for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe a book will come along one day and it will open my eyes to classics, but for now, I can't read classics and it's really sad, but hey ho. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I'm not trying to. You're allowed to like any of these books. I'm not saying you're not allowed to. You're valid to your opinion. It's perfectly fine. I'm valid to my opinion. Let me know some books that you wish that you DNF'd and I will see you all in my next video. So goodbye guys.